right at the end? I was in the corner, but didn't worry me.
Yeah.
I think penalty killed the game, and I was just worried them getting back to 3 tries.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Darren, about 45 minutes in, I looked at you. Did you feel a bit nervous at one point in time?
Was I sitting above the desk or underneath it at that point? No, I agree. It was real crunch time for the season there. I know it's early talking about round 2 season, but yeah, we're in a bit of a dark place after last week, emotionally, and confidence always gets dented when you don't do some things well. And then that first half, they really got into us, and I thought we're tough, but they were probably tougher in that first half. And then they scored again straight after half time. I think if you looked up then, I would have been pretty nervous. But I was just really proud how we stayed in the fight. We stayed in the arm wrestle. We stuck to our plan. We didn't lose patience in what our tactical keys were, and we rolled over them. It was unreal.
Was it the expectation or the hope that you finished right over the top of them? I assume. But what did you say at half time?
Pretty much those things around just staying it. Like we felt like I noticed their loose head had got concussed early. They lost a prop last week as well. I did sort of have a suspicion that some of their big guys might tire, and the ferocity in their defence, it's a pretty special team if you can keep that up for 80 minutes. And unfortunately, or fortunately for us, they couldn't. And then we started finding seams, started going forward. Our scrum and maul started getting dominance, and the rest flowed.
Didn't Gilly say something to that effect, that I think it was Australia A or something, taught him that you had to hang in there, but eventually if you weren't patient you would be able to do what happened? I just wondered, Jake, how that felt on the field, keeping the faith.
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah, I think especially that first half, there were some really big hits within the game from both sides really too. Lockie Swindon was getting stuck in, but was still pretty loose. Was still turning the ball over at the contact area, which is a little bit frustrating. But yeah, I was really proud of how we sort of turned that around the second half. We got real sort of dominance through our set piece, which was pleasing. We started getting the ball in some of our ball carriers' hands, like Izzy, La, Markey, and we seemed to score some really nice tries by the end of it, which was pleasing because that was sort of the frustration, I think, leading into this game, that we probably didn't unleash enough, and you saw that in the second half.
Darren, elevating Langy to the starting lineup, gave you an impact for a more. Just how have you seen his growth, and how crucial was he really kind of meeting them physically and ultimately retaining the game in that second half?
Yeah, he was Lungy. You mentioned Lungy. Yeah, he was a juggernaut, wasn't he, today? Like he was. He showed that he can be a big minute player as well. Like that was our fear. He was a little underdone when he came back from Wallaby camp, and he had a decent break. So it just took him a while to build into those bigger minutes. He got 30 decent ones last week, and then I think he got 55, 60 today. So we just wanted to build him, but yeah, he'd be sore because although he comes out the other side of the contacts, there's a lot of heat coming on his body. He's just an amazingly powerful athlete.
One of the commentators likened him to Tomo Kepu.
Yeah, he's probably a little different in the fact he's probably faster than Todd. He's got more speed, but he hasn't grown the craftiness that Todd had later in his career. He's got a bit of work to do there, and still confidence. Like you got to keep telling him that he can be the best player on the field. He doesn't believe it quite yet, and if you pump his tyres, he can do it.
Any plans for him this season? Do you want to get more fitness out of him?
Oh, I think he'll just naturally run into fitness. Like those athletes, like it's hard to be so powerful, but also aerobically being able to sustain it. But he'll build that. Like as I said, he got 60 today. We'll keep adding on that. I don't know if he'll ever be an 80-minute player, and not in the short term. And he's still only young. People forget he's only 21, 22, and this is his second year of professional rugby. He didn't even get a full year of pro rugby last year. So I think we just got to be a little careful how much we throw him out there and let him burn out. And we're super fortunate we've got so much depth in the back row that we don't lose when we put on fresh guys. And I'd got to give a rap to that bench. Like I think the starting 15 broke him. Like I thought the momentum had swung, but then we brought on Tolu, Taleni, and Charlie Gamble all in one hit. And I love that little turbo boost the team gets when those boys come on.
Jake, moves first week?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think we've sort of been feeling frustration throughout the week. Just after the game, we put a lot into that and felt like we didn't throw too many punches against the Brumbies. And to be honest, for the first 45 minutes, felt the same tonight. The last sort of 35, I thought we played really well, really dominant. Got front football, Taleni, Tolu, Langi, Will Harris, those sort of guys getting into the game, allowed us to play on the front foot. I know when we play on the front foot, we're a really hard team to stop. So yeah, it's pleasing. It also shows us we can score points again. So I think that's a massive relief for the team.
I was just going to say, I think you had about 10 penalties or something in the first half, but was that just more down to the Fijians kind of being really in the face that you kind of...
Yeah, I think when you probably look at a lot of the penalties, we're losing the contact in a lot. We got caught along the wrong side of the breakdown a lot from them dominating the collision, then us backpedaling, getting caught for being offside. So, yeah, when we started to get, I guess, more parity through the contact zone, you didn't see as many offside penalties and infringements around the breakdown. So there's a lot to do with the contact early.
Players going for intercepts from offside positions, that hurt us a little bit.
Yep.
Darren, Tommy Lambert, heck of a shift, 70 minutes.
I know.
Are you surprised that he got through 70, or was that the plan to play him out for as long as possible?
Yeah, probably the latter. We were going to see how he went. We had a young kid on the bench, Dan Botha, so we didn't want to throw him to the wolves too much, and we had a bit of a plan there. With the beauty of Tetra is he can play both sides. So, and full credit Archer Holtz, like he's playing with a pretty significant rib injury, and we just need to sort of get Harry back as well, just to share that load. It's such a physically demanding spot, but Tommy Lambert's just got a great motor on him, hasn't he? He just keeps popping up too much sometimes with the ball in his hands, but he's a little energizer bunny. He keeps going.
Any other injuries?
First chat, I think we're pretty good. Yeah, it's I'm sitting here pretty happy. Like we were strong and physical. We wore them down. We didn't have to show too much in attack. Like the way the game went and the amount we mauled, we didn't have to sort of show too many plays and things like that, and we got through injury free. So I'm pretty sure the boys will be feeling a lot more confident and good about themselves. So we can't wait to get into next week.
You have a long stint on the road now. How do you feel about that?
You got to do it sometime. Like we got a great run home. So that's the flip side of it. We sort of targeted if we could. I'm thinking if we can get to 3-0, and we went after the Brumbies fell over. We fell over against the Brumbies. It's like if we can get the 2 down in Melbourne, we're back up in the top, sniffing around that top 4, and I think we've got people look at our draw and go, we've got a lot of tough teams away. I get that, but we've also got potentially some teams at home that we should be able to win. So you got to play them anywhere, and it's the reciprocal of last year. So not much in it.
I just have one last one on Langy. He said something during the week that he has put on a few kilos in the off-season. Is that something you guys wanted him to do, or is it just natural because he's just a kid?
I think it's Christmas holidays is what he put it on. But no, he played at 108 last year. He got up to about 112, 113. He was lifting a lot, and when he wasn't with us, when he was on his leave, and he found that probably a little heavy. He's playing at about 110 now at the moment. So he'll settle. Like, I think a powerful athlete like that, you just train them and their body weight will settle where it settles. But yeah, I think he'll run into some fitness now.
And sorry, Des, he seemed pretty pissed off that he wasn't part of that initial starting side. Is that kind of what you want as well? That anger, the fire in the belly when you're not in the
I can't tell if Langy's happy or pissed off. He never talks. I don't think he was. I think Langy's a really good team, man. Like, I know he's, some players, when you refer to them as impact players or super subs, they don't like it. Everyone likes to wear that, particularly that number 8 jersey. It's a pretty coveted jersey, you know what I mean? It's the alpha male of your team in a way. So I know he wants to be that, and he did a pretty good job of it today.
The boys were able to come away with the bonus point tonight. Was that something that you were talking about?
I was shouting down the radio about keeping that bonus point. It was really key for us. all those points. Like if we're gonna get a good position in that final ladder, you pick those up along the way. We did well to get it last week, and we got it again this week. I think they'll all tally up at the end.
Last question.
Unreal.
Cheers, guys.
Good on you
Thank you.
guys. Thank you.
I could hope you were shouting.